The best putters in the world get four things right when they make putts: a perfect setup, a perfect stroke, a perfect speed, and a perfect direction. Seymour's patented and proven rifle scope technology putting system helps golfers improve all four areas. Here's how. First, get in a comfortable posture. Square the face to the target line using the putter's alignment line. Then hide the red dot. Doing these three things will set you up in an optimal stance, square to the putter, square to the target line, and with your head, shoulders, hips, and hands in alignment. Now you're locked onto the target, like radar, free to putt with confidence the same way every time. Take your game to the next level by becoming a great putter with a Seymour.
All right, Kev. So here's your golf swing today. So kind of what we looked at here was your first swing right off the bat. All right, and everything was pretty good. What I see is this angle getting wider and wider as you get down closer to the golf ball. Right. That leads for your club face to be closed, open. You know, if you have good timing, you play well one day, and 3 days later, it's just a different person that's swinging the golf club. All right. Okay. And so what we see here from your pressure of your weight distribution here, there's the dress. Get the weight on your back foot, but as you get closer to the ball, that's impact. 60%, 58% of your weight is still on your back foot. So distance killer right there, right? And because the body is not moving, it's making your hands do the action. So here's your different angle. So the one on the left is the address position. The one on the right is the impact position. All right. So there's really hardly any movement there. Right. Tiger Woods is hitting a small iron here, a short iron. So, but he's starting to turn. Rory's hitting a full shot here. You see the turn more as he's really getting into the top of his backswing. So you turn, no lower body at all, just upper.
Right.
Right. That's the speed killer. Right. That's also the contact. Well, you know, in the beginning, if I can just get you to hit the golf ball more solid, the ball's going to go further. All right. More energy is going to go into the golf ball. So, you know, we have a well, here was the test, right? Had to throw the ball, and instantly, right? You got your weight on your front side, okay? Right? So you can, right? Everybody can shift their weight. They just gotta do it. So here's so the one on the left is your newest swing, and the one on the right is the old swing, the first one. Much better. All right. You see, you're definitely moving your weight more than you are in the beginning. All right. You'll probably like this. I don't use this graph as much. This is your they measure the transfer. The white line is the measurement of the velocity from back to front. So the change in direction is what we call it. So as you swing all the way back, right, your change in direction was there, right, and it was 97, the lateral motion. As you started to move here, when you started to change, it spiked even further. Boom, 170, 138. All right. The yellow line is the heel toe, so you're not that far off, you know, where you're swinging into toes and heels. So, but that initial jump is where you get that explosion or that pressure from. All right, that change in direction. All right. So hands ahead, weight ahead. All right, we're swinging the golf club on a big circle called a swing arc. The lowest point of that arc is right in the middle of your stance. Hands ahead, weight ahead. Right? And try to get the motion when you're under 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It's all hip. It's a little bit of hands, right? But she's getting here. She's turning hips, so she can hold that angle just a little bit longer. All right, and get more speed.
Rory McIlroy is only 5'9", 161 pounds. But in the U.S. Open, he bombed his drives an average of over 310 yards. Our question is, how does a golfer Rory's size get so much length off the tee? The key to generating distance is what's called the kinetic chain, drawing energy from the ground up through the legs, through the torso, into the arms, and into the club. And in the middle of that kinetic chain is a critical link, the hips. And it's Rory's extraordinary hip action that caught the eye of Dr. Greg Rose. At the Titleist Performance Institute, Dr. Rose has worked with many of the world's best golfers, including Rory, using technology to analyze aspects of the golf swing that are difficult to see with the naked eye.
Rory's got that beautiful tempo, but as he comes through impact, all of a sudden something very different happens, which makes a lot of us sports science guys look at this and go, wow, what's going on there? If we look at hip speed, most amateurs are around 300 to 350 degrees per second. That's how fast they're rotating. Most tour players are around 550 degrees. Rory gets to this amazing 720 degrees per second on the downswing.
What's truly remarkable about Rory's hip acceleration is that it has another gear, reverse.
So if I'm looking at anatomy, you got to understand your abdominals, they run diagonally. Those are called your oblique abdominals. They start on your rib cage and they run down to your pelvis. So imagine it's like a rubber band attached to either side, and as that rubber band is contracting, it's going to grab both sides and pull them closer together. So in Rory's case, those abdominals fire so hard, it actually takes his lower body and it actually spins in the opposite direction. Right there, it's actually moving 377 degrees per second the opposite direction, which is just crazy.
In other words, for a split second, Rory's hips actually move backward faster than most golfers ever move their hips forward. This reverse rotation is extremely rare. Out of the hundreds of pros he's analyzed, Dr. Rose has only seen it a handful of times. And while it isn't the key to Rory's length, it's an amazing indicator of the intense torque Rory uses to generate ball speeds of over 175 miles per hour, among the fastest in the world. Of course, Rory McIlroy didn't win the U.S. Open just by being long off the tee. His ball striking helped him set the Open record, hitting an amazing 62 out of 72 greens in regulation. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brinkus.
Well, the most important thing in a golf swing to me is the movement of the lower body from the top of the swing. And if you don't mind, I'll demonstrate. First off, you start down below with your knees and your hips. At the top of the swing, you move the lower part of your body, not your shoulders, the lower part of your body, letting your arms and hands follow, bringing you into position to hit. But this is the first movement, there. Then you release at the bottom. Most people do it entirely opposite. They rotate their shoulders first instead of their lower body. As a result, they come across the ball and hit the outside of the ball instead of the back of it. If you don't mind, I'll hit a ball, and the first thing to watch is the is what starts first from the top of the swing.